Welcome to my channel. I want to talk about the a video I saw recently made by Aisha Yesufu of the Bring Back Our Girls fame. She's a well-known activist in the country. This woman is a woman that always bears his mind out, and she has shown over the years that she cannot be silenced under any circumstance. She did not allow the Buhari administration to silence her, neither did Jonathan administration silence her. She always says her mind on issues concerning our country, Nigeria. She made a video. In that video, she made in Hausa language. She was appealing to former governor of Kano State, former minister of defense, Alhaji Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso of the Kwankwaso movement in Kano, that he should support Mr. Peter Obi, that he should see it as a patriotic duty to support Mr. Peter Obi in the ongoing efforts to redirect the affairs of the country from the present quagmire the country is facing. It's an interesting observation she made, and she's not alone. If the Kwankwaso movement and the Mr. Peter Obi movement could coalesce, they will mark a major paradigm shift in the political calculation of Nigeria, because these two personalities, Mr. Peter Obi and former Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso, both of them former governors. Governor Peter Obi has been described as one of the best performing governors in Nigeria ever. The same thing can also be said of Kwankwaso. The present infrastructural transformation of Kano is the brainchild of Kwankwaso. He transformed Kano, made it better than he made it. While he is noted for his infrastructural development of Kano, Mr. Obi is noted for his fiscal discipline, for his ability to transform Anambra State from a state where workers were not paid salary for years to a state that emerged as one of the reference points in development and is used even by World Bank and United Nations Development Program as an example of what can be done to get Nigeria right. Now, can this marriage be able to work? Is it very possible? It is very possible, and it will be a game changer for Mr. Peter Obi's presidency, because Kano is very important in political calculus of Nigeria. The Kano vote is enormous, and Kwankwaso of the Kwankwaso movement has proven over time that the numbers in Kano, he have them in the palms of his hand. He can determine the direction of Kano in the 2023 presidential election. And let me say it here too, that whoever Kwankwaso backed for this election, 2023 election, will have will be miles ahead of the other competitors. I'm not saying it lightly because the Kano numbers is so huge that anybody who can have that pile of votes is ahead of the others, at least to some extent. So if there's a way that Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso could listen to the clarion call by Nigerians, including Aisha Yesufu, who I said earlier on is a woman known for her campaigns for good governance in Nigeria. And for her to even back Mr. Peter Obi is an indication of the impeccable integrity of Mr. Peter Obi as a presidential candidate and as a future president of Nigeria. So it is important that this matter be pursued vigorously, both by the Obi people, Obi campaign, both by the Labour Party and the NNPP, because it will be to the mutual benefits of the country if a way can be found to make it easier for Mr. Peter Obi to emerge the president of the country. Because basically, the hope of the country lies right now on Mr. Peter Obi. The other two major candidates in this race, there is the future of Nigeria cannot be guaranteed under their hands. We all know the antecedent of the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress, Aswaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No matter how they try to whitewash him, they try to dress him in borrowed robes, his records, his antecedent in Lagos is as clear as night and day. The only people who are not seeing it are those who are benefiting from his largesse, or those who hope to benefit from his largesse. These people are not doing it because they love the country or that they love Mr. Tinubu. They are doing it basically for their pockets. And everybody knows that those who are pushing Tinubu's, Mr. Peter Obi's this thing, know that Mr. Peter Obi know they give shish. So it is not for anything that people are pushing for Mr. Peter Obi is as a patriotic call. Or look at someone like Alhaji or the People's Democratic Party. The future of the country cannot be entrusted in his hands. Many of us are aware of his role in the privatization agenda of the Obasanjo administration when he was vice president. Today, we are still suffering from the mistakes of the privatization they did, most of which were not transparent. We cannot entrust our future on people who have to pay millions of dollars to be able to emerge candidates. Because why would they pay such an amount of money to come and serve the country if they had no ulterior motive? If they had money that they want to share, why are they abandoning the motherless babies' homes, the old people's homes, where their resources are needed, if they are really charitable and philanthropic? But they are not doing that. You never heard about them assisting the needy. You never heard about them awarding scholarships to needy Nigerians. But they can pay millions of dollars to be able to be president of Nigeria. That should be suspicious to every Nigerian, that our hope in this country cannot rely on these two candidates. The hope of Nigeria going forward is on a paradigm shift, a shift from the old order to a new order, a shift powered by the youths of the NSAS who want to see a change in their country, who want to see a Nigeria that is not defined by ethnicity, is not defined by religion, is not defined by even your pockets. It is defined by service. It's divine, a future that is designed to get us out of the quagmire we are. And these youths are ready to make a change. So anything that could be done to give Mr. Peter Obi miles ahead of his competitors, his two major competitors, should be encouraged by Nigerians. And it's not only Aisha Yesufu that should be appealing to Rabiu Kwankwaso. Other patriotic Nigerians should join the call. Rabiu Kwankwaso should see it as a national responsibility to salvage this country, to save this country from going down the drains. Already, the economy of the country is a shambles. The economy of the country has been totally destroyed. People are barely surviving. Unemployment rate in Nigeria is about that over 33%. Inflation rate is over 17%. So it is a tragic situation that one of the biggest economy in Africa is literally crawling on its knees right now. And what can save it is a good manager of men and resources, a good manager of economy, a man that has knowledge of physical discipline, who can be able to take this country back. We need to take this country back. We need to take this country back from the Buccaneers. And the only way we can do it is to appeal to people like Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso to support Mr. Peter Obi presidency so that he can be among those who history will record that he was instrumental in the emergence of Peter Obi as president and in turning a new direction of development, of prosperity for Nigeria. Right now, this country is facing existential challenges. This is not a time to joke around. This is not a time to put a president based on primordial sentiments. It is a time to put a president who can work for Nigeria, a president who can take the country out of its present problem. This problem is dire. It is existential. It is threatening. And if nothing is done about it, this country will collapse. And we don't want this country to collapse. We want a new direction for our country. We want a leader who will manage the resources of Nigeria and take it out of consumption to production so that our foreign exchange will be preserved for productivity and not for jamboree. Our foreign exchange will be preserved to increase employment opportunity for our youth and not for buying things from abroad, thereby exporting jobs from Nigeria to outside Nigeria. We don't want it again. We need a change in this country. And the possibility of change coming is there in the air. The momentum of Mr. Peter Obi has to be intensified. It has to be supported by by Alhaji Rabiu Kwankwaso. So that is interesting. I appreciate what Aisha Yesufu did by appealing to Rabiu Kwankwaso to buy into the Mr. Peter Obi presidency. Let him buy into the Peter Obi presidency, and then that will mark another milestone in the quest to redirect Nigeria from a consuming nation to a producing nation. And please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscription button, share my video very well, and like it. And when you subscribe to my channel, it means that anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And let's continue again. And this new development that is happening now, where Kwankwaso and Peter Obi are likely to work together, should be encouraged by all Nigerians. And I employ especially the P2B supporters all over the country to ensure that this thing works out. Because if it works out, it's in the best interest of this country. This country, we can no longer go the way we are going. The, the way of corruption, the way of impunity, the way of nepotism, we want to cut it off. We want a leader who will cut that out of Nigeria. And Mr. Peter Obi, from all indications, is the man who can do it. He needs the support of all of us. He needs the support of all Nigerians. Mr. Peter Obi should not be seen merely as a presidential candidate of Labour Party. He should be seen as a movement to redirect Nigeria, a movement to change the course of Nigeria. He is to be seen as a bipartisan presidential candidate. I expect that even those who are APC and PDP card carrying members, for the sake of our country, they will see the need to support Mr. Peter Obi, to vote for him on election day, because what is happening to our country is beyond political party, it is beyond ethnicity, it is beyond religion. Because if this country collapses, it's going to collapse on all, irrespective of religion, irrespective of ethnicity. Already, this country is being overwhelmed by insecurity from north to south, from east to west. The country is being overwhelmed by insecurity. And what is the reason for this insecurity? It is partly because of increase of poverty in the country. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. What can we do to stop it? What can we do to be among the prosperous nations? We can do it. Most prosperous nations like United States, UK, and the European Union, they are very productive nations. They are not consuming nations. They produce. We need to begin to produce in this country. And Mr. Peter Obi has what it takes to move this country from a consuming nation to a producing nation. That is why it is important that all Nigerians be obedient. All Nigerians be obedient. All Nigerians be obedient, because we can no longer allow a few people to drag this country to the drain. It will consume all Nigerians, irrespective of faith, irrespective of ethnicity. And we don't want it to happen. Nigeria is a country and a land of promise. Our leaders have been our problem. Now we seem to have seen a leader who can be able to take us out of the woods. He has demonstrated his capacity for transparency, for integrity, for honesty as governor of Anambra State. Mr. Peter Obi, I believe, will translate the financial fiscal discipline that he brought into being in Anambra State as governor at the presidency, and this country will move forward. The former Minister of the former Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, Dr. Ogonzo Konjo-Iweala, in one of her books, wrote glowingly about Mr. Peter Obi, what he was able to accomplish in Anambra State, and how he was the only governor that reminded this country that this country need to be saving money. This country need to be saving money, and the other governors were against it at the time. They never wanted money to be saved. They wanted all the monies to be consumed, because we have always been a consuming nation. Now there is a paradigm shift. There is a switch in thinking. You can see people are supporting Mr. Peter Obi out of their pockets, unlike the other candidates, where people gather there because they want to grab something. So that should send you a message of who will really work for the country. Is it the person who spent his way to the presidency, or the one that Nigerians spend money to put there that will listen to Nigeria? It's obvious that Mr. Peter Obi is going to be a servant leader. He's not going to boss over Nigeria. And that is the kind of leadership we want. And that's the kind of leadership the world needs. And that's the kind of leadership that progressive nations have. So that it is important. And let us think about this, and hope that the alliance, the cooperation, that the Labour Party and NNPP and other political parties are making, the arrangement they are making to be able to reach power from the APC and PDP in 2023 becomes a reality. And it can only be a reality if all Nigerians key into this. And once again, I want to appreciate Aisha Yesufu for her appeal to Rabiu Kwankwaso. And I know that a lot of men of goodwill of this nation are also appealing to Kwankwaso to support Mr. Peter Obi so that this country could move forward. Thank you for watching my channel. God bless you. And please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button. Uh, hit the notification bell. Because when you hit the subscription button, when you hit the subscription button, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you.